Hi guys, it's Faith. Um, I don't know. I got on because I felt like the Lord wanted me to be completely honest. So let's talk about stuff. Okay, so one thing I wanted to bring up, well, there's a few things I want to bring up, but it's hot here. Like it's like 86, 87, it's pushing 88, and it is like really hot. And I could sit here and complain, but I think it's actually kind of cool. And it's April 24th. So like in a couple months it'll be summer, which is great, thank God, but I'm afraid of the temperatures that are going to come with it. I'm thinking like we're going to have like 100 something. I lived in Kansas City, right on the state line for a little bit, and I remember a bank sign stating that it was 120. And I remember looking at that and being like, "Oh my gosh." And but it's interesting because some things are just like that hot. Okay, so I wanted to talk about boundaries. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. And then I wanted to talk about my life, about like, I'm trying to make this go up higher. There we go. Okay, so every decision we make in life, every thought we allow into our minds, everything like that, there's a choice to make. And it's not as big as a choice like, should I buy a house or should I move into an apartment? It's like a choice, but it's a choice. You know what I mean? So I was thinking today, the devil is very cunning. And as a child, I always thought he was stupid. Let me assure you that is not true. But God is always greater, So today I'm like getting these thoughts that I've gotten years ago to like throw things, to like say fuck you, to like do the middle finger for no reason, just these things. And I sat there for a second and I was like, I'm not buying into this. I'm not going back into this. I'm not thinking about this, I don't care how like okay these things might be. Can I say hi? Hi. I don't care how okay these things might seem or look or be. I turned to God and I looked at this like sort of like a picture, but it's like a Can I say hi, Kingston? Kingston! Hi, Kingston. But I looked up at this picture thing of Jesus and I was like, you know what? You can have it. I am not going down this road anymore. So here's the thing that I need to express mostly today is that the devil comes to kill and destroy and something else. I forget what it is. Actually, here, I'm in front of the computer. Let's just look it up. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. These are, I don't mean to like go in depth about like the Bible statements about Satan, but like he's like a lion. Like he's out to get you. If you ever think someone is out to get you, it's Satan. And I think we need to be aware of that. We need to be aware of the enemy. If you are in battle and you don't understand who the enemy is or their tactics, you're going to lose. You know what I mean? But what does Jesus say? I will go back to that too. I know what he says, but there's like okay, so he says, watch and pray. What does that mean? What does it mean for us to watch and pray? We need to know this. Basically, to watch and pray means to be, it says online too, vigilant. Be like seeking God's will. Be like on point. And to pray, watch and pray. So when you pray, are you actually praying? Like, are you praying that you'll be protected? Like, you got to do this. But I'm not going to preach about the devil longer than I have to, but just be aware the devil comes like in line to destroy. And I can give so going back to talking about those thoughts, when I was 19 years old, so, oh my gosh, this is like 11 years ago. I would get those thoughts we were just talking about. And it got to the point where I ended up in a psychiatric ward for 2 months. I'm not even joking. But that verse like resonated with me, that he comes to kill, seek, to steal, kill, and destroy. Anything in your life that you're like, I don't care if it's like a relationship or like anything, but it's like killing you or destroying you or what's the other thing? Let me go back. Killing you, destroying you, stealing your happiness, stealing your God-given, life. Cut it off, because actually in the Bible, it also says cut off anything that scandalizes you. That's like leading you to sin or leading you away from God. Because he legitly says like cut off things that destroy. Somebody wrote, Victoria Thomas, can I have a shout out? What do I say? What do you want me to say? Honestly, guys, it is so interesting to have people watch my videos, because I didn't always have people watching my videos. I'm not joking. Like, it was kind of weird, and I didn't even have it. Okay. Okay, I have an idea, Victoria. How about we all say hi to Victoria? So I will start. Hi, Victoria. And I want somebody else to say it in the comments. And if you don't say it, but I like when people in the comments talk with each other. It's so cute. Like, it's just so cute. Okay, so guys, another thing I found out today is I am love. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Like, I inspire people and like help people and stuff. And God is love. And the more we love people, the more we're regenerated or whatever in that love. So like you become love. And like that's what God is. So it's like we're parting with God. I think that's really interesting. Hey, nobody said hi to Victoria. Hi, Victoria again. Okay, so whoever didn't subscribe, I'm not going to be like those people that are like and subscribe and all that stuff. But I do want you to subscribe, because the more people I can get, the more higher I can get, and the more I can achieve my dream of like singing on stage and everything. So yeah. Happy Easter Thursday, everyone. I totally celebrate Easter for a while. Oh my gosh, that looks so weird. I do. I celebrate Easter until for 40 days or something. I forget how long. But it definitely today. And it is so nice out. Like I said, it's really hot, but it's nice. I like hot weather. I really do. It's swimming weather. The thing is, it was really weird. So I was Ubering before, okay? I want my glasses on. They're not. My glasses are pretty cool though. So I was Ubering before, and I pick up this lady. She just gets in my car, and I'm like, is it hot? Is it cold back there? You know what I mean? And I had, sorry, something just popped up. And I had this air on, like I had my air on full blast. And I'm like, is it nice, back there? And she's like, oh, it could get a little colder, or I wouldn't mind if it was a little cooler. And I'm like, thinking to myself, I had this on full blast. And I'm like, and then I look over and my window was like cracked. And I was like, let's try this. So I rolled it up, and it was fine. But it's interesting how so little of something makes a difference. Which makes me think about, okay, before I go into I got to write this stuff down. I just want to write this down. Okay, so I want to talk about relationships, being in the middle ground. Okay, so as somebody who's never been in a relationship, which I used to think was weird and redonkulous, and I felt like I should have been in one when I was 16. Let me tell you, God has a will for everyone. And so I was thinking today, and I wear this ring, and you guys know that I'm like God's. And I was thinking today, and I was talking to God for an hour, like that thing I do usually. And I'm like, God, I don't want to get married. And it just, I don't even want to be in a relationship. And it's not because guys suck, and I'm not saying guys do suck, but some of them do. And I'm not going to lie, I've seen a lot of wrecked marriages. I've seen a lot of wrecked relationships. I've heard a lot of bad stories. And that goes for girls too. Some girls are violent. Some girls are vicious. And so that's not why I don't want to not get married. I think marriage is a great thing. And if you're called to it, go for it. But I was talking to God and I said, I don't want to get married. And then this like verse from like not verse, like phrase or something from what a priest told me a long time ago came to mind. And I said, I don't want to get married or I don't feel called or something like that. And he was like, well, then don't. And I remember his irony and like the reason he said it or whatever. And I was like, that is so true. Like, I don't have to get married. I don't have to have that happiness, but like, it's good. Yeah. So I'm just like content as heck with being single right now. And I told God this ring is my single ring. All the single ladies. It's just interesting because growing up, like I loved weddings. Like I was the most wedding fanatic you would ever see. Like even people that do wedding venues would be like put to shame if I still liked weddings that much, which I think they're cool. But like I would cut things out of magazines and like give them to people, and I would, just love the cake and the bride and all that stuff. But I can assure you I don't really feel that way today. But I hope you guys aren't getting me wrong. Oh my gosh, my mom pressed this flower or like dried this flower. It's a can't smell it either. It's a daffodil. But I don't know how to put this, but I'm not judging people that are in a relationship or married or anything like that. I think that for me, it's just not my thing. And yeah, I don't feel called to being with someone. I don't. And I think that's okay. And it's interesting because my psychiatrist was like telling me, he was like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to get married. You're independent. You're on your own. Like, you don't have to get married. And a lot of people feel like they need to get married to confirm that they're happy or like just different things. And I can say two things to that. One, somebody might come along and make you happy. Oh, wow. It's probably loud for you guys. Somebody might come along and make you happy. But you can do that on your own. Like, you have to dive deep. You might be at rock bottom, but like you have to dive deep into yourself and with God and just realize that you're fine. Like, I don't know. The more and more I grow in my relationship with God and the more I examine myself, I'm like, I'm okay on my own. But yeah. So I want to talk about that, like relationships, being in the middle. Like, it's fine to be in the middle. It's fine if you don't want to get married. It's fine if your whole family wants you to get married. And that brings me to question 2. So my mom went on this vacation. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically I did not want to go with her. She didn't know why. And so I told her, and I said, I'm making boundaries. Basically, that's what I told her. I'm making boundaries. I'm not going to visit who she's going to visit because it's just too much. And I'm learning that you cannot keep putting yourself in situations that you don't even have to be in. Like, okay, say you go to church or something and there's like weird people there, but you don't associate with them and you kind of have to go to church. So you like go. That's a bad example, even though that does happen. But like, I do not agree with putting yourself in a situation you don't have to be in. So that's why I didn't go. And as much as I love my mom and as much as I could have driven for her because it was like a road trip, I didn't go. And I just wanted to say, because I was telling someone in Uber this today, you gotta make boundaries. You can't like make a boundary make you or make the boundary around you. Like, you have to stick up for yourself. And then I was talking about, so make boundaries, make healthy boundaries. Make healthy boundaries. Another thing I wanted to talk about was love. Like, love can change the world. And we've seen that. We saw that a couple days ago. Oh my gosh, that looks so weird. But Jesus on the cross, like, that was love. That was love demonstrated. And like, if we all loved like Jesus loved, like we're supposed to love, this world, it wouldn't be perfect because this is definitely a valley of tears, but like, it'd be so cool. It'd be really cool. One thing I want to tell, this is a cute little story. My sister had this daughter, and the daughter was playing, my other sister was at their house, and she realized the daughter was making her baby doll cry. And she was like, oh, like, you know, and so she's making the baby doll cry. And then the baby doll, she's comforting the baby doll, and she goes, yes, yes, this is a valley of tears. And I was like, where did she hear that? And then I realized my sister says that. And sorry, the computer was acting weird. That my sister says that. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that's where she got it. But it's so true. Like, this is a valley of tears. And there's a prayer about that where like you attribute it to Mary, the Mother of God. And you say, Hail, Holy Queen, Mother of Mercy, our life, our sweetness, and our hope. To thee do we cry, poor banished children of Eve. To thee do we send up our sighs, mourning and weeping in this valley of tears. So we have to remember that. Like, this is not home. It's not. Look around you. Like, there is suffering and bickering. There's just like so much crazy stuff in this world. And if you think about it, we're not made for this life. And so actually, I was thinking about singing a song. This room is such a mess. You can't see it. Unless I sit down and sing it. Gonna live on forever. Victoria, what would you like me to sing? Guys, I literally am not wearing makeup today, and I think I look beautiful. I totally am. Okay, so I don't know how to do this because I really can't show the room, but I really need to sing. I had coffee today too. Okay, hold on. Let me look it up. All right, so guys, we're gonna sing a song together. It's called Live On Forever. It's by the Afters. Hold on. Okay, let's do this. Dark days are gonna go away. They won't have the final say. These bones were always gonna fade, 'cause we were made for another place. The moment of our final breath, when all our fears are put to rest. Every tear will disappear. Heaven is real. We're gonna live on forever, forever, forever. Gonna live on forever, 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 never, never. We are not where we belong. We have hope. We're gonna live on forever, 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 never, never. Ooh, breathing air we have never breathed. We'll see colors we've never seen. Every sound like a symphony, rising up as the angels sing. The arms of grace are open wide, the face of love before our eyes. When every tear will disappear, heaven is real. Forever, forever, we're gonna live on forever, 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 never, never. Not where we belong. emotion for something more than we could ever imagine. There's so much more, there's so much more. Our hearts have been set in motion for something more than we could ever imagine. There's so much more, there's so much more. Ever. We're gonna live on forever. Gonna live on forever. Never we belong. Oh, we're gonna live on forever, and ever. That's such a good song. Guys, I'm gonna go soon because I have to do some stuff. Unless you want me to sing another song. I should sing another song to end this. Trying to think of a good song I'm gonna sing. How about I can't help myself from falling in love with you, yeah. I can't help myself. I forget how that goes. Every time you come across my mind, anybody else better wait in line. I can't help myself from falling in love. Let me see this. I'm gonna show you this is not it. What? Love God, everyone. All right, I got a good one. I can't help myself. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna sing. Okay, this room is a mess. I gotta like prop this phone up. Oh my gosh, I found a prop. This is amazing. There we go. There we go. I can't help myself falling in love with you, yeah. I can't. Okay, here we go. It's so great here. Oh Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe display. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art. All right, everyone. I'm gonna go. I know I was singing, but I have a